And for the first time, in the last 6 months, I've been able to be out on the playground, skipping around with them. And my daughter, Haven, she keeps saying, "Mama got a new knee, Mama got a new knee." Hi, my name is Sarah Brown. I am married. We have 2 kids, and I'm a business consultant, and our family is new to the Idaho area. About 20 years ago, I was playing college soccer, and I had a routine knee surgery that went bad. I got a staph infection and became bone on bone in my knee. So I've been dealing for almost 20 years with that pain. I've found a lot of different ways to deal with that, with strength training, a lot of physical therapy, different alternatives. So about 10 months ago, as we were moving to the Idaho area, something changed in my knee, and I was in crazy pain to the point where I was getting out of bed at night, crawling on the floor in order just to go to the bathroom, taking Advil all day. And I was seeing specialists all over the state, outside the state, just to try to figure out what was going on. I found out about Dr. Weininger, I like to say, by divine intervention. I was experiencing a lot of pain. We figured out that I needed a clean out immediately. Thankfully, a specialist in the area, who I had a lot of respect for, highly recommended Dr. Weininger, referred me to him, and Dr. Weininger came that next day, showed up at the hospital. I'd never met him before. After that clean out that Dr. Weininger did, we did some more testing. I ran through a few lines of antibiotics, and we did more testing on the knee, found out we needed another clean out. I just have a lot of respect for him because he was the guy he used discernment in a huge way, didn't rush it, even though I was begging him to, replace it, take away the pain. We didn't know what the answer was going to be, but he was sure, because of his experience in trauma, that the washouts and the way we were doing it was the safest and the best way for my future. And I just put all my faith in whatever he said it was supposed to be. So we did a few more cleanouts, and then we got to that point where it was time to decide if now was the time for the replacement. Even though I knew I needed the replacement, I guess I was just hesitant. I'm young. There's a lot of different ways to do the replacement. There's different techniques. There's new stuff that's on the market. And I wanted to be sure that I had a surgeon, a specialist who knew what was new, but also knew what worked. And so because of his experience in trauma, like I mentioned, and all the training that he's done recently, he was using the technique I wanted. He was using the tools, the robotics, every tool that you could use to make sure the procedure went well. More than any of that, or maybe on top of all of that, I knew he really cared. When you walk in, for the last 20 years, I've seen specialists at the Mayo Clinic. I've seen specialists in Colorado, Utah, just all over the place. And when you walk in the door, you're just a number. And I understand why. There's surgeons, they see a lot of different people, but for some reason, when I met Dr. Weininger, or the way I met him and his amazing wife, it just felt like they cared. And I knew that I was in good hands. After the surgery, not only did Doc come in and had a huge smile on his face that it was a success, but within a few days, I was feeling better than I had the last 6 months. About a week out, I was walking, and now I'm about 5 weeks out right now, and I'm starting to feel like myself again. I was just out at the park yesterday with my 2 kids, and for the first time in the last 6 months, I've been able to just go out there, play with them, be out on the playground, skipping around with them. And my daughter, Haven, she is probably the most happy of anyone in our family. She keeps saying, "Mama got a new knee, Mama got a new knee." And I did. I feel like I've got a new chance, a new take at it, and I'm moving with zero pain. And I know that a lot of that has to do with who did the surgery and how they did it. And I'm just really grateful for Dr. Weininger.